All right, I am back out on trail. This weekend, I am up at Banning State Park doing a day hike, checking out the Kettle River that I have not seen in probably 5 or 6 years. I did a video on this place way back when I first started my YouTube channel. I'll leave that video down in the description of this video if you want to watch that. But I'm here today because I am staying at a nice little cozy cabin this evening, and it's about 10 minutes away from the park here, so I figured why not go back to Banning. I haven't been to Banning in such a long time, and it's such a beautiful area. And right now I'm coming up on the Kettle River right behind me there. Just a beautiful area up in here. If I remember right, this place was like an old quarry way back in the day and got turned into a state park. But it is definitely a gorgeous place to be. You can already hear the river down there. So right now I'm at a spot called Teacher's Overlook. So I'm gonna check out the river a little bit closer here on Teacher's Overlook and head down the river and just kind of check out the rest of the trail. But it should be a fun day out here in the park. It is pretty cold out here today. We've had a nice warm flash. I don't know if you've seen my last two videos. It's been about 50 degrees out last weekend. This weekend it's a lot different. It is probably about 5 to 10 degrees out here. Feels like temperature is definitely below zero with the moisture in the air. So gonna be a cold one, but it should be a good one. Okay, so this was the old crusher plant. This is what they used to crush all the old ore down and send it out on the river through this building right here. So pretty cool that there's all these old structures kind of left over and taken care of and preserved out here. But yeah, this whole area was a big quarry, so there's still leftover places, and I'm coming up on one right here, a much bigger structure. So we'll walk over here and check out this one too, see what this building was. So this was the power plant of the quarry. A lot of steam engines, electric generators, stuff like that. So pretty cool. Here's the Hell's Gate Trail. This is actually a pretty cool spot right here. It shows, I forget what these are called. I'll put it down at the bottom of the screen. Where the water came in and swirled around right here back when the river was up this high. You can see how far up I am from the river. Oop. So yeah, you can tell this river at one point was way up here. It probably had to have been at least what? This has got to be 30 feet at least, higher than what it is right now. So like I said, kind of cool. You got that giant swirl right there. Okay, I am getting closer to the Hell's Gate Rapids. Got some rapids right here, but this is not the Hell's Gate Rapids. If I remember right, they're just like a minute or two up here, so I'm getting close. But I am no longer on a packed, well-traveled trail. I was following a packed, well-traveled trail, and then all of a sudden, once I got to like the rock climbing over here, then it's just been no footprints at all. Like there's just nobody out here. So I'm kind of at the very end of where people stopped hiking. And it does get a little bit more treacherous in this area, a lot more rocky and slippery, but I mean, if you watch my channel, that's what I like. All right, I'm at the Hell's Gates Rapids, right here behind me in this shot, but I don't remember what the river looks like, if this is all solid underneath here. I just can't remember, it's been so long since I've been here. If I remember right, this was a river. So I have a slight bit of trepidation hiking across this, and it does sound kind of hollow beneath me. But I really want to check out this frozen waterfall right here. And I really want to get a little closer to the rapids. So I think I'm going to stay close to the edge here. I see some rocks, and I'm going to stay close to the edge, kind of hike along the edge here because I can still see out there, but I got a beautiful view of the ice behind me. It's not the ice caves, but it's still pretty cool. All right, well that does it for the hike here at Banning State Park. I kind of made it to the end of the trail where I wanted to go, so I'm gonna start heading back. It's getting close to be that time to check into the cabin and get all cozy and warm because it is cold out here today. Okay, finally at the cabin. It is cold outside. I am glad it is warm in here already because it's getting pretty bitterly cold out there. I think the low tonight is supposed to be like 0 or something, around 0. So it's pretty bitterly cold out with the moisture in there. It really is making everything feel a lot colder than what it is. I think the feels like temperature right now is about 0. So it is a chilly one out here, but I will kind of walk around this cabin real quick and show everything that it has and all the amenities that it has, even though there's not a lot, but it's basic and it's just what I need. Right when you walk in the door, off to your right is this full bathroom with a flushable toilet and a full shower even to sit on in here, because I even noticed what I didn't know, but I noticed once I got here, was this is actually the handicap cabin. So it's handicap accessible, which makes it a lot more roomier in here, I can tell from what I've seen from the other cabins. So that's kind of nice. here's the full kitchen. You got stove to cook on, you got the sink, you got some cups and stuff to use if you need them. You got a mini fridge down here. You got some books, some cards and stuff like that. We even got like a little red phone here. I'm not sure if that's the bat phone or what. If you get in trouble, you call Batman. But gorgeous, gorgeous view out here. And over off to the side here, we have a cell phone lockbox. That's not going to be me because I got to film. And then they also give you some coffee and some Swiss Miss if you need, but I brought my own. And then a nice little charging outlet station here so I can charge my drone. And they gave you some, oh, I'll actually be eating this in the morning. This is what I brought with, but I like this better. I might even eat both of those. But you also get some s'mores for two and some popcorn if you feel the need. So very nice. And we even got controlled heat. And I brought an extra heater just in case. I watch a YouTube channel called Old Southern Pine, and he came to these postcard cabins, and that's what they're called, the postcard cabins. He came here and brought himself a little space heater with a little fireplace scene on it, and I thought, what a great idea. It's always nice to be in a cabin with a little fireplace, even if it's a fake one. It's nice because there's no TV in here for a fireplace scene. There's no electric fireplace. There's no wood burning fireplace. And when I'm in a cabin, I like to have a fireplace, even if it's a fake one. So it's nice to have this, and not to mention, like I said, it's going to get below 0 tonight. So it's nice to have a little extra heat just in case I decide I need it. After 4 hours of hiking today in the freezing cold, I'm ready for a nice hot cup of cocoa and sit and relax and just stare at the woods here for a minute and watch the sun go down. It's kind of nice. I got sunset right outside my window, so like I said, let's sit here and sip this hot cocoa and watch the sun go down. You know, I'm not usually much for a fire at a cabin where it's bitterly cold out. I usually like to just sit inside a cabin and stay warm, but there's 3 free bundles of wood they give you with these cabins. So I figure if I build a big enough fire, I'll be warm, and it is. It's beautifully warm out. Like, I'm really warm right now. So it's nice just sitting out here in the quiet woods. And we're right next to the Kettle River. So I've been kind of by the Kettle River all day. But this place is right next to the Kettle River, so it's just beautiful out here out in the woods and just quiet. As I came into this place, I only saw 3 other people, so it's very quiet out here. There's not very many people out here. This is like a campground is what it is. It's a campground of cabins. The cabin you see that I'm in, there's probably 30 or 40 other cabins like this, all in this area, but they're all kind of secluded enough away from each other where you don't see or hear anybody else. And it just makes for a really nice, relaxing experience out here. So, like I said, I'm gonna sit around this fire for a little bit longer and then go inside and make some dinner. Alright, dinner all finished, everything all cleaned up. I needed those tacos. I was hungrier than I thought I was after that hike today, and probably all the cold weather kind of added to it at the same time. But that's it for tonight at the cabin. I'm going to sit and relax, and I'm going to watch a few YouTube videos that I've been holding out on for this cabin stay. And like I said, just relax for the rest of tonight. I'll wake up in the morning and do some breakfast, but I will catch everybody in the morning. Alright, well that wraps it up here for the stay at the postcard cabin. This place was a nice, perfect size little tiny cabin, and it worked out perfect for me tonight. It was a chilly one last night. It got down to -3, but it held the heat pretty darn good. With that space heater going, it was about 74, 75 degrees in here all night, so perfectly comfortable. So shout out to Old Southern Pine for the idea to bring the space heater. He had a good idea right there. So check out his channel, Old Southern Pine. That dude's voice is deeper than the deepest depths of the Grand Canyon. So check him out. But that is it for this cabin stay. Like I said, it was a great one. See you on the next one.